Okay, this is a video about a police officer speeding in a 35-mile-an-hour zone here. When he makes a right turn, he thinks it's 25, but it's actually 30. He's doing 55 right now. He turns on there, he gets up to speeds of 50 on these side streets. But anyway, he's trying to find my daughter who's been complained about riding the ATV up and down the street. He tries to pull her over, but she doesn't recognize him, and she goes off to my driveway without signaling, and he says he saw no registration. 2 traffic infractions, and he came up on the property 2 minutes after he lost sight of her, saying that she committed a crime, and all the things she did were crimes. And I contested that and said, no, it isn't. We don't have to give you any ID or name. Get off my property, etc., etc. Long story short, they went to her school, issued her a ticket. Her mother said she would not have her not plead guilty and see what happens, but they pled guilty, like because they were coerced into it, kind of. But anyhow, I got charged with obstructing justice and allowing a minor to drive without a license, and both those charges were dropped yesterday on the 17th of April 2017. But here's the incident.
Got 54 cars on the road rage or traffic complaint from 6 ago. About 25 from the Yankee line. Put at 833 Zebra Avenue, Georgia. GMC Sierra, black in color. Like the back axle, or one of the axles is broken.
Be on the scene at the residence.
What did they say?
I believe they either went into 10897 or 10845.
What did they say?
So now he's going up to the next driveway. And he's on his way up to the next driveway because he lost sight of her, because you can't really see the curtilage of my home from his vantage point. He thought she might have went up to this other house. He goes up there, realizes that's not it. He has no legal standing to come on my property because he didn't see any crimes committed, but yet he chooses to drive up to the top of my driveway, where he then sees the ATV parked there, or supposedly the ATV. There are other red ATVs in the neighborhood that are real similar, and there's even one that's exactly like mine. But anyhow, he comes up to the top of the driveway, and when he gets up there, you'll see the ATV kind of in front of him. But you can't see nothing now. You can't see anything until he rounds this last corner up here and gets to the top of the driveway. You can't see my front door. You can't see my barn door. You couldn't see the garage being open. He had no right to be there. And your rights are what you think they are, what God gave you. I said, how can I help you?
Well, the young lady there riding the ATV out on the roadway is the subject of a traffic complaint. Okay. Anyway, riding with earbuds in is illegal, which is why you probably didn't hear me honking my horn at you with my lights activated. And then when you made the left turn to go in here and try to cross the property to get away from me, what does that look like? You couldn't hear me. How old are you? 16. Okay. You have a motorcycle endorsement? On a public roadway, she does. Okay. Is the ATV, is that registered? Okay. Okay. So you can't operate on the public roadway at all. So I have to have insurance, have to be written by a licensed driver from motorcycle enforcement. Okay. That sort of thing. Earbuds are also, like I said, illegal for any vehicle operating on a public roadway at all. Okay. Can I get your name real quick?
You don't need her name.
I'm in contact. I'm following up on an actual complaint. Okay.
Well, by her rights, she doesn't have to give you her name.
In fact, she does, because she committed a crime.
She didn't commit a crime.
Yes, she does.
Traffic infraction.
Still a
That's not a
crime.
crime.
All right, can I also have your name, please?
You can get off my property.
All right, I followed the vehicle onto the property, actually fleeing from a traffic violation. That in and of itself is a crime. Okay, she's committed the traffic violations on the public roadway. Whenever I'm investigating something like that, you do have a legal obligation to provide me your name, your date of birth, and why you're
not
talking.
to provide you anything. I wasn't out there.
Well, unfortunately, you can't.
Can you give me a call?
All right. I'm asking for a name and date of birth. Name and date of birth, sir, and I'll leave.
Call your supervisor, he'll tell you.
Very well.
Right now he's running license plates, and in his report he said that he ran 2 plates from inside the house garage, and I closed the door on him before he could get any more. Well, it's a 2-car garage. Do-do-do. Guy's a real intelligent person. Right now, if he knew anything about the law, he would leave my property, like I told him to. But he doesn't. He thinks he's got something.
All right.
He never told me not to touch the ATV. He never told my daughter not to go inside. She went inside on her own volition, and I put the ATV in the barn. He never tried to stop us or give us any lawful orders. Like I had to fucking listen anyway.
110 Adam.
110 Adam.
I'll be in contact with the driver. It's supposed to be 16-year-old female, refusing to identify herself, and thought it was in the laundry.
109 Adam, can you have that bigger cover?
Head that way for cover. I'm being so violent. I'm really fucking scaring you, aren't I?
Well, I work you.
You notice he never
10 845 10845 Pinewood Drive off of East Parker Road.
Okay. Very close. No closer. 100 mile, main route.
100 Blair, 39 switch.
You notice he never called for a supervisor. They just automatically sent him one when he said I was being uncooperative. But the motherfucker's on my property. I don't have to be cooperative. There's nothing in the fucking law that says you have to cooperate. Matter of fact, this Constitution and my God-given rights say otherwise. I don't have to give him anything that incriminates me. Giving him my name incriminates me. Puts me fucking under his little thumb so he can write me fucking a summons or a ticket or take me to jail even. Whatever he thinks he can fucking do. He can't do shit on my fucking property, and I didn't let him, and he didn't do it. They tried. They fucking got me fucking 2.5 months later with a fucking warrant.
That supervisor's on his way.
I tell him goodbye. Fucking asshole.
My boss is on his way.
Hey, let's find out the origin. Be back in with the original.
132.
So he backs the car up here in a second, gets a better view of the house. I'm inside. My wife tells me he's still out there, so I go out there. And what happens is a lot of dialogue about how he's lawfully there and how I'm saying, fuck you, you're not lawfully here. My God-given rights, I don't have to tell you shit, neither does she. So on and so forth. He's been a cop for 8.5 years. What the fuck is he doing on the police force if he doesn't know how to fucking do his job? Misrepresenting the law. Then he lied in his police report. Hardly anything in this video that shows that I'm right, which there's a few things in there, he didn't put in his report. He told me at one point I wasn't being detained. He had no reason to detain me. I was right about my constitutional right to abolish all government, but yet he remained on my property when I told him that. He invaded my Fourth Amendment, which really doesn't give you much, of illegal search and seizure, because you cannot see the curtilage going down the street where every other passerby goes. They can't see it either. So therefore my privacy right expectation is much higher than the average person in a normal neighborhood. I live on 5 acres on top of a hill. Dude's a douchebag. He's related to Bilbo Baggins. He's douche Baggins.
I have the right to have you leave my property. She did not commit a crime.
She did.
No, she didn't. It's not a crime.
Okay. It's also
There's a difference between a traffic infraction and a crime.
So both are subject to court. Both are subject to fines. Okay.
You did not chase her up here because she was in there talking to me for 5 minutes.
I just followed her into the driveway, and then when she came across the property, I had to figure out which driveway she was going to. It just happened to be this one. So when I came up here, I saw the ATV here. Obviously, I was right behind her out there. That's why I was able to recognize her with the hair and everything. And considering I was able to see her with the earbuds in when she made the turn to come into the up in here, that's how I was able to follow her here.
That's 5 minutes later, she's in there talking to me for 5 minutes.
I have it all on camera, sir.
I don't care what you got.
All right.
You can get all my property.
My supervisor's on his way.
He can get off of it too, because it won't be criminal trespassing. I told you to leave.
Okay, I have a lawful reason for being here, sir. Yes, I do. I was brought into the area based on a traffic complaint. I observed the traffic complaint. I followed the traffic complaint to this residence. Your daughter's already admitted, and you also admitted that she was the one riding the vehicle.
I said it wouldn't happen again if it happened.
Okay. You already told me the vehicle, you just bought it, it's not registered. She doesn't have a driver's license. Okay. So it's an unregistered bike, all right, or ATV. Okay.
It's a registered ATV.
For operation on a public roadway, yes, you do.
Well, she was supposed to do it.
Okay. Well, nevertheless. All I was trying to do is collect some information so I could figure out who I talked to.
For my ID, because there's no reason for you to. Not whatsoever.
Well, right now you're interfering with things, right? Your daughter being 16, I do have, at least certainly an attempt to contact the parents, but you haven't even, okay? You have no way of proving that to me yet.
I don't have to prove that to you.
Okay? All I'm asking for is names.
I don't have to prove that to you.
Sir, all I'm asking for is a name so I can make some notes.
I'm not giving you names. You're not getting names. I don't care what you say. You're not getting them. I have the right to refuse to give you my name, and so does she, by our God-given rights.
Yep. And I also have the right to actually serve her a summons to appear in court if it came down to it. Well, then you're obstructing, then you're interfering with me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay?
How am I interfering with you?
By not giving me a name, which you're required to do.
I don't have to give you a name for me. I do not.
Okay, I simply asked her, but I do need to have her name.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
She told you, Miranda. That's all.
No, she didn't tell me that.
She did say that. You wrote it down.
I did not.
She said Miranda.
Okay, well, I don't have any names written down from anybody on this address for this incident.
Well, her name's Miranda, and that's all you're getting.
Okay. Well, I just said my boss will be here if you have any questions or anything like that.
You a summons for criminal trespassing. I asked you to get off my property. Actually, I told you to get off my property, and that's what you need to do.
Right now, I'm here for, like I said, a lawful reason.
No, yeah.
Yes, I am. Okay? And just because you don't want me... Just because you don't want me talking...
You have to suspect somebody committing a crime before you can ask them for their identification or their name.
Okay. It's a traffic violation. Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
It wouldn't be in statute. It's not a crime. Right. Issuing a summons is arrest.
Coming down for you guys, the BMW, look on your white and blue.
Sir, understand. Me issuing a citation on traffic.
Yeah, I just went by two, and he continued.
I'm going to pause it here for a second.
All the way north.
He says the traffic infractions are crimes. Well, he says violations, but what he saw her do was infractions. He said they're crimes. I said, no, traffic infractions aren't crimes. He says it wouldn't be in the statute if it wasn't a crime. There's a lot of statutes that are not criminal, dumb fuck. And what she did is a couple of them. Infractions. Difference in infraction and violation or misdemeanor traffic. Big difference.
Meridian.
To appear in court in lieu of an arrest.
Okay.
It's like, it's not, you don't arrest people running a red light or
We can't.
It's not an arrestable offense.
Yes, it is.
It's a summonsable offense.
Well, a summons is an arrest. By statute, definition, it is an arrest. The only difference is I'm not taking you to jail.
Somebody comes here and gives me a summons to go to court. It's not an arrest.
It is considered an arrest. Yeah.
Well, then somebody pulls it and runs time.
No, it's not.
So,
You don't get arrested.
like I said, my supervisor's on his way, right?
Yeah.
All I really wanted to do is collect the name, date of birth, so I could add some notes in, let it know if I wanted, but you're one doing
Warrant or plea will be given by his
then-
vehicle.
Our God-given rights, sir.
Right.
And you know that. You can ask all you want.
Well, then RP vehicle could be a 2000 silver Buick Regal,
Alright.
extra
My boss is here, well,
You're
you're the one who wanted them. You're the one who requested them.
I
Okay?
know you are right.
He's on his way.
I know my rights.
Okay, well, at least this way he'll get a sense for the...
Inalienable rights. And you're not going to violate any of them.
I'm simply asking
You're on
for...
private property.
which I followed someone committing traffic violations onto.
You're on private, you got to get her on the street, not here.
I did have her on the street, and I still have her recorded on the street.
So you got to get her stopped on the street.
No, that does not. I can arrest somebody for a DUI out of the garage.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I've done it many times, and I've gotten convictions out of it each time. Well, I'm not worried about that.
If you didn't hear what was just said there, he said, I got convictions out of, or I've gotten DUIs, people right out of the garage. And I said, yeah, whatever, or something like that. He said, I've done it many times and I've gotten convictions each time. And I said, they don't know their rights. And he said, I'm not worried about that. I'll back it up with 7 seconds and you can hear it again. It's real hard to hear what I'm saying.
Convictions out of it each time. Well, I'm not worried about that. All right, well, my boss is on his way. At this point in time, no.
All search and rescue clearing action, right, correct?
All I'm looking for is a little bit of cooperation in there.
I tell him I don't have to cooperate.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, for traffic violations, she was. Your daughter was. Okay? You can go to jail for not providing IDs and stuff like that on traffic violations. Okay. All right, sir, you're right. You cannot. Okay?
No. You have no right to ask me for my ID.
But I did have a right. I did have a right to ask for your daughter's ID. Okay. Well, then how do I get her name or any of that information? Okay.
She doesn't have to give me.
She does.
I don't run the street. I don't have to give you my name.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I do not. You're wrong. You better check on that. You may think I do, but I don't. No, sir. I don't. I know. I know what my God-given rights are. Every man has the right to travel the streets of the life. As long as they haven't committed a crime, and it's not a crime to run a red light. Drive too fast. It's not a crime.
So you're saying you wouldn't stop or you wouldn't allow yourself to be pulled over for running a red light?
But I don't give you my name.
Okay. You still got to provide a driver's license to show that you are in fact someone who can operate a vehicle. Yes, you do. And anytime an officer has reasonable suspicion to believe that a person has or is about or has committed an offense, you're required to provide your name, your date of birth, and an account for why you're there and what you're doing. Yes.
Not to provide shit, motherfucker.
And well, your constitutional rights and laws say otherwise.
Nope.
And I do.
That's true.
The soul right. And I'm a soul. A soul is the soul right. I have the soul right to abolish you. And I've done that, and I've asked you to get off my property.
So what you're saying right now is you're not recognizing any authority I may have under the law. I do.
None whatsoever. No.
When I'm following someone and I had impression,
No authority on this property. And I abolish all government. And I have no authority. That's my constitutional right to the state of Colorado and the United States government.
101, can you real quick?
111.
846, Green Lane, Extra.
I don't even remember what I'm saying here, but I'm sure I'm telling him some shit that's awfully correct. And he's in his car trying to get his...
My constitutional right gives me a lot more than I know. And I enforce my rights. Because that's my God-given right, my constitutional right, my state constitutional right.
I already explained my position at this, okay?
Ask all you want. And that's why you ask. Because it's asking, you're asking a question.
111. 846 Green Williams X-ray coming back for a record. Do you want me to check after that?
846.
1052.
I never do shit unless they demand me to do it with a weapon pull. They can kiss my fucking ass. Right between the cheeks.
Yeah. Jordan and Lincoln.
You can only commit a crime by harming someone or their property. Period. These fucking statutes are bullshit, motherfuckers. We're coming after you. We're going to fight every one of them. I am. I don't know about everybody watching this video or how many people even watch this video. But when you see this video,
1153.
I'm going today to get my my whole sheet of everything they entered into the record, all the clerk's enters of the record, and it's going to say case dismissed on obstructing justice. Oh yeah.
I haven't detained you, sir. You're right, I have no reason to detain you.
106 California.
Well, you know, things could be said the other way around, too, sir.
Hey, which one?
Invited up here,
Okay? No, I followed your daughter up here.
153.
5 minutes after she got here,
It wasn't 5 minutes.
it was at least 2 or 3 minutes. I can't
So-
remember. She stood there and talked to me.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
we were gonna do.
I had pulled into the driveway, and then when she went coming across the land here, I had to figure out which property she was trying to access. So I ran up here, realized this address wasn't it, came back and came to the driveway, saw your daughter, or saw the AT there, and your daughter who was riding it.
Not when you came to the top of the
That's why I
driveway,
had to verify
asshole.
what's going on.
She's a smart person. I think I just sit and wait until she stopped out there where I could see her instead of driving up over to the driveway. Call private drive.
So when someone has,
Fence around the place, you won't be able to get up there. You jump the fence, you definitely trespass. Right out of the gate.
if I am following someone who's committed an offense, I can do that. It's riding without a driver's license, riding without a motorcycle endorsement, riding an unregistered, presumably uninsured vehicle and stuff are all traffic offenses. Yes, you do. On a public roadway, it has to be registered.
Never seen an ATV
They
with a
happen,
license
or you can
plate.
get them with the stickers that are put on usually the gas tanks. Can be.
Bullshit.
As long as it's registered through the Department of Natural Resources.
Department of Natural Resources says when you register an ATV, it cannot be ridden on the street, period, unless you're traversing a culvert or crossing the street. My daughter was traversing a culvert. It also says you don't have to have a driver's license to do that. This guy don't know shit from apple butter. And those of you who don't know what apple butter looks like, it looks like shit, but it tastes real good.
Going to the trash, and they're still working on it. They're 10-4, we just called in. What is it, 16 feet patrol?
Number 16.
Take away surrounding.
155. Charlie, that's just 111.
Stand on my right. Why don't you just leave your car and go down?
Because now I'm afraid it's kind of elevated a little bit, hasn't it?
Elevated to what?
Well, now, I mean, you're interfering with what you are.
I'm not interfering with it. I'm telling you, I'm not giving you my name. She didn't give
You
me
blocked your bike away so I can't get the ATV so I can get the information on it. You locked your daughter inside the house, or told her to go inside the house. You refused to allow her to give me her name and date of birth, which I could have just worked with that way anyway. All right? You have refused to give me any of your information whatsoever as her father.
I'm just not doing it. I don't have to give you my information. You're dead wrong.
You're right.
I know what my rights are, Mr. Wolf.
I don't necessarily have to get your ID, but as her father, it would be useful. Because I mean, if I were to issue her a citation right now, you still have to appear in court with her. So I can document that I spoke with you and.
We don't want you to document. We don't have to let you document.
Okay, I don't know how to do it.
I put it away. My daughter went in the house. You didn't say don't go in the house. You didn't say don't put that away. You didn't tell everybody to do it.
No, you walked away and you did it before I could.
It's my property.
It is.
I do what I want around here.
All right. On your property, that's fine. Out there, you can do whatever you want. Okay, but your daughter did. And I have an obligation to at least identify who she is and that sort of thing. She does.
It's like getting pulled over to no right to ask that passenger anything.
We can always ask.
I'm sorry, case number 1200, that's 1200. Showing you notified
If you're being stopped for some sort of traffic offense or violation or whatever, then you're required to provide a driver's license.
Go ahead. Yes, the student is sending a supervisor down to the tunnel. They should be there shortly.
Okay. Which rights are those? Okay, so in other words, what you're saying is you are not
It says right in our state constitution, the sole right to abolish all government. Not souls, but soul. Soul is an individual person's soul. And that's me. And I do that.
Copy that, so they can let me
Especially when it comes to
So you don't acknowledge the United States government or the state
I acknowledge them, but I don't have to deal with them, especially on my property.
Hold on, Adam.
You don't have the right, unless I've committed a crime.
If the search shows that
traffic violations are actually crimes still. You can still go to jail for traffic violations. Yes, it is.
Showing date of birth was 8/13 of 14.
Driving an unregistered vehicle on a public roadway without a driver's license, right, with the earbuds on and everything else, those are all separate traffic offenses.
There's no jail time, so how's it a crime?
There can be jail time attached to some of those.
We've done like at 16, maybe
The insurance?
90.
Time, yes.
Doesn't matter. The insurance statute, though, is just an uninsured vehicle. That's jailable. Driving without a driver's license is jailable. You may not actually be sentenced to jail, but you can be jailed.
Further 16, I think, number 5, right?
All I wanted to do was just get her name so I could just log that, hey, I contacted so-and-so, this is what I talked about, and this is the deal. Okay? But now you're stepping in. After your daughter who is out here on the roadway. After we've got multiple complaints from your neighbors about the ATV being on the road.
Traffic 52 on First Line.
I kind of got that sentiment too.
He is in Hilton. Oh, that's 48. Good traffic, everything. He is in Hilton.
Sure.
You know, we got her, she's quiet. And every time I park, they're on the phone.
This is my first time out here. It's my first time in contact with you. So none of that means anything to me because I've not had any direct contact with you before. But it is.
1, 2, 998, break per second.
He was coming from, unfortunately, he's coming from Lone Tree. Yep. When I last talked to him, he said he was in Lincoln and Jordan, so hopefully he'll be here in a few minutes. But, you know, I could have gone. If you were one of the other neighbors,
Clear valid on a minor license.
hypothetically,
Second party is.
and roll the reverse a little bit.
There's other neighbors that have dog parks that drive up down the street all the time.
Okay, well, I don't understand why, I don't know what prompted them to call me, other than they say maybe it's an ongoing issue or whatever. I have no idea who called, they wanted to remain
That was
anonymous.
from Monster Graham. Great.
Okay, well,
We also have civil problems, citizen assist welfare check.
After 8 o'clock at night, she drives down.
okay,
You know, there was
that,
Now it's gonna have a wood chip here. Wood chip down, that was a big seat mud.
Yes.
uh-huh.
Came up there and like.
And 5116, the brother is downstairs.
88 decibels might have been real close to the limit of what I was pushing with the tutor, but I was doing some work around my house.
4 o'clock in the afternoon, I can't say that I really would have bothered with it much.
control and clear my
Well, I don't know who called. I don't have any history out here. I mean, I've been working in other districts far longer, so
I don't know why, because you suck ass as a cop.